Hello, peeps, friends, and fans, and welcome to our channel, Mama and Meadow. I'm Debbie with one B and a Y, aka Mama with two M's, and Meadow, my Russian rescue dog with 4 paws and 0 interest of being on camera. So this video today is about KOA campgrounds. Yay or nay? Now this is just my personal opinion and my experience, so no paid anything, whatever. This is just from what I have experienced. First of all, I have to say the reflection in the window here is pretty cool. That's my front yard of my new log cabin in North Carolina. Yes, sir, Bob. But anywho, so KOA campgrounds, the pros and the cons. Now, the cons, let's start with those. Now, originally, I was introduced to KOA. Now, KOA I've always seen growing up. I saw them as we passed down the street. I always saw campgrounds. Didn't know what they were. So my first adventure was for my birthday. Me and my friends rented an RV just to see if that was the kind that I was going to go with, which I did. We'll go over that later. And it was expensive. And my friends who had been around, the United States several times in their RV, said it was expensive. And, campgrounds are about $35-40. Not for nothing, but I haven't found one of those yet. So my first thing was like, oh, hell no, I'm not going to KOAs, on a regular basis. They're really expensive. But now I'm a member of FMCA. I'm sorry, it's now called, it was Family Motor Coach Association, and now it's Family RV Association, something like that. Well, anyway, I'm a member of that, and they gave me a free 1-year membership to KOA, which is only like $30, so hey, that's not so bad. So I figured, okay, now with your membership, you get 10% off of your, when you go to a campground, but you also get a lot of points. Fast forward, I am a VIP now, which will tell you, yes, I do like it. So I am going to, and I'm going to use my little cheat sheet here, the pros for what is good for it, like the pros and the cons. Now, like I said, I wasn't really happy about the prices, but to be perfectly honest, a lot of the campgrounds now are just as expensive. But this is why I don't mind necessarily spending a little bit more. Now, there are actually technically 2 KOA versions. There's the Journey and the Holiday, and the Holiday supposedly have more of the, pools and the playgrounds and things like that, which I don't need. So Journey would be more for me, but honestly, I haven't really found too many. It's kind of like if I find a KOA, that's where I'm going to go. I don't really necessarily look for the Journey, and I don't really know if they're that much less expensive, but supposedly Journey has a little bit, less frou-frous, if you will, than the Holidays. I don't know. Comment below if you've experienced that. When I looked it up, it didn't really look that much. I don't know. Who knows? Anywho, let me go over the cons. The pros. I'm sorry, the pros. All right, like I said, 10% discount, and the points, the more you go, the more points you get that you can use towards your next visit. Okay, number 1 is the website. I love their website. It's very detailed. It shows you pictures of the place. But the bonus thing that I do like about that is it has the attractions, like the local attractions. You can click on the links. You can see, where you can go. So I really love that. And I think it's easy to navigate. You put in, your size, how many people, pets, blah, blah, yada yada, cars, whatever. And then when you go to click where you want to go, it will show you the sites that are available, which ones, pull-throughs, yada yada. So I think the website is very user-friendly. So that's number 1. Number 2, customer service. I have not met a nasty or person in any of the KOA campgrounds. The people are so nice and so lovely. And just to give you an example, one of them was in Vermont. Now, I do not have a tow vehicle because I put Uber in my budget. Yeah, that worked out well because they don't have Uber everywhere. Anywho, we got stuck somewhere in Vermont where I couldn't get back. Fortunately, I made friends, or Meadow made friends with the campground ladies, and they drove us back to the campground, only to tell the ladies at KOA, and they're like, oh, if you ever get stuck, we would have gone and picked you up. Another time I was in North Carolina KOA, and the woman that owns the thing there is like, oh, you don't have a car, do you need to go to Walmart, do you need to go shopping? Now, Walmart was only 2 miles away, and I had mentioned that I was going to walk it. It wasn't that bad, but it is on a major highway. Couldn't take Meadow. And she's like, oh no, I'll bring you there and I'll bring you back. So, and I'm telling you, anytime you need anything, the KOA people there are fantastic. I have not met any bad KOA employees to date, okay? And I've been to a lot. Number 3, This is one of my favorites. They deliver you to your site. Hello, I don't know about you, but I've got maps to places where you look at the map, you look at the campground, and you're like, hell no, that doesn't match. I've literally gotten lost several times. So the fact that you've got a little golf cart that takes you where you're going and helps you to back in, because I personally suck at it. Thank you. Yep, I'll admit it. That I need that. I don't know about you, but I need to know where I'm going, because some of these campgrounds are really huge and you make a wrong turn. Anyway, we won't go into that. Garbage pickup. Now, I know it's something small, but I mean, and I usually take the dog for a walk and I bring the garbage. I always scope out where the garbage, bins are or whatever. But they will pick your garbage up in the morning, every day in the morning, between they have different hours, and they will pick it up. Again, I usually walk the dog too, so it's not necessary all the time but sometimes it's hot, sometimes it's raining, sometimes it's freezing. You just don't really feel like, and even the dog's like, I'm paying right here, and don't want to walk, to get to the garbage bin. So it's just a little extra added bonus that they pick up your garbage. I ain't gonna complain about it. Number 5, now some places are a little bit more rural than others, but the showers and the bathrooms are usually really clean. I mean, I've sat there looking out and watching the people. The minute somebody leaves, they come in and they clean, whether it's a cabin or whatever. They're always cleaning the bathrooms and the showers. And sometimes, that's all I really want. I mean, I have a shower in my RV, but to be perfectly honest, it's storage. And and I like a really long, hot shower. So I like to go someplace that I know the bathrooms are going to be there, the showers are going to be there, and they're going to be clean. So that's number 5. Number 6, laundry room. Obviously, you're on the road, to try to, especially being in a 30-foot RV, it's not always all that easy to get into a parking lot somewhere and do your laundry. I mean, I've done it previously before, but, you go to a place, you get the laundry. You do your laundry, and those are usually pretty clean. Number 7, most of them have trails and things to do. Like sometimes even if I'm there just for a day, which, be there today, you can take your shower, do your laundry, fill up on your water, zhuzh up on your electric, do all those things all in one place. So it's great. But they have trails. A lot of them have trails or places or rivers or lakes or whatever that is pretty enough, just if you're only stopped for one day, you got something to do. I mean, I don't necessarily use a playground, although I'd love to go on that poofy little bouncy ball thing, but they'd probably be like, who's this little old lady? Think she is jumping on a balloon thing. Hello. And the slides. So we'll leave that to the kids. Anywho. And number 8. They have shuttle buses. Not all of them, but a lot of them. Like, for example, Bar Harbor. From the KOA I was to downtown Bar Harbor was a 30-minute bus ride, and Meadow was allowed on the bus. Yes, if you go, I'll put the link below to my Bar Harbor thing with Meadow sitting in the seat for 30 minutes. And it's free. It was free. It was fantastic. I didn't need a car. I didn't need, I had an e-bike, which we'll get into that whole story later. And then also recently I went to Mackinac Island in Michigan. That KOA also allowed Meadow on and took you to like the town or whatever. They did have trails in the back, which one day I took the trails. Did my things in town, and then took the shuttle bus back. But the shuttle bus took Meadow and me to the boat ramp to go to Mackinac Island. We were in Mackinac City to go, take the ferry, whatever you want to call it. And then later, when it was over, they came in and brought us back. So there are quite a few KOAs that have shuttles that are free that will take you to locations or places where, and you don't need a car. Hello, bonus for me. So overall, like I said, sometimes I just need some place to zhuzh up the electric, fill up the water tanks, do my laundry, take a really, really long hot shower, use the bathrooms, go for a little walk or whatever. So I absolutely love KOA. You know what you're getting. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, thumbs up, yay. It is sometimes a little bit more expensive, although, as I said, honestly, it's kind of like the going rate in some places, but you get your discounts, you get your points, and so sometimes it makes it worth your while. I think I average pay maybe $60 to $65. I mean, I don't need all the patios and supersonic stuff. I'm like, oh, I'm good with the lower end stuff. But I mean, that's kind of what campgrounds are going for now, $60 to $65. Now, obviously, in the wintertime it's a little less, but I mean, height season, 60 to 65 to me, and like, all right, that's good. And like I said, to get all those things done and whoo, move on to your next thing. So again, this is my personal opinion, my experience, but I say, yay. Go get yourself a I think it's $30, I'll check, $30 membership for the year, 10% discount, points, and everything you want is there, and you know what you're getting. 99% of the time you know what you're getting. Like I said, some are a little bit more rural than others and older, but still clean, still nice, in, out. Customer service is fantastic. So, woo! 2 thumbs up for that. All right. Hopefully you will subscribe, share, comment below what your experience is. I mean, what do you think of KOA? I mean, I know not everybody loves it. I do. But comment below. What's your experiences? Do you say yay or nay to it? And then like, share, subscribe, and then you can go see the rest of our adventures. Not in the cabin, which we're going to get back on the road, but I do have to update y'all on all my 2024 and 2025 videos. I'm working on it. Got to follow along to see what's going on. So anywho, toodaloos, ta-ta. See you soon. See you on the next video. Bye.